Caution. Content's hot. You got to give me all you got. Caution. Content's hot. You got to give me all you got.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Richard Travel Live Show. So excited to be with break. I had a little PTO, a little vacation. Yeah, and that's exactly what you don't want to give someone like me because I created all kinds of crazy videos for tonight's show. So hopefully you got your popcorn and a nice beverage ready to go because guess what? Since this showtime now is flexed to Friday nights for me, I get to enjoy an adult beverage. And we're going with the White Claw tonight. Raspberry flavor. Yeah, I prefer the lemon lime, but hey, listen, we got to go with what's in stock in San Francisco. So break that open. Cheers to all of you. Welcome back after a 1-week break. Yeah, I'm definitely appreciating drinking this more than my matcha green tea. But hey, this show may go off the rails if I have too many of those. I've already had one. This is my second one. Hey, totally transparent on the show. So I want to say, first of all, thank you to today's moderators. Without you, the show does not go on. So thank you for all that you do, deleting messages, getting all crazy in the chat. You guys take care of it. I can just focus on the show. Today's guest is Mr. Egg from Pub Pattaya. You know, I got to tell you, I've never really gotten used to saying Mr. Egg. He's always Phil to me. So I know that he embraces the name Mr. Egg, but I don't know. I'm really challenged with it. I like to go with Phil. So I'll try to stay on topic in Mr. Egg. It's going to be Mr. Egg today. All right. Before we get started, some housekeeping. The usual stuff. The Saturday live show is copyright protected against use by any third parties unless approval is provided by the Richard Travel Show. That's about it. Let's go into the chat. Let's welcome some individuals in here before I have a secret guest come on. And then I have some breaking news. Yeah, you might have seen if you came in early to the chat, you might have noticed that I mentioned, hey, I got some exciting news to tell you about today. And that still holds true. So let me just go and welcome some folks here. We got a lot of people in the chat today. Thank you. We got the old man coming in today. Long time no see. Le Pub Pattaya. Got Carl's Thailand in here saying hi to Paul Pattaya. Tony Does Thailand saying hello to everyone. Got Gotta Love Thailand from the YouTube channel. Gotta Love Thailand. So go check that channel out because that's a good channel. So hello, Dave. Glad you could make it in. I know that Dave used to be challenged to stay up for the show back in the old time when it was 10 o'clock Thailand time. He used to fall asleep. Sometimes not even make the show. That was not acceptable. So you know what we did? We moved the whole time of the show just for Dave. So Dave can make it. CJ Paradise saying hello all. That's great. Good to see you in there. And let's see, we got Mr. Mitch joining us from Thailand. So nice to see Mr. Mitch in there. One of our great moderators, Tommy J, saying hello to Uli, who I think I might have missed. So Uli, there we go. Good morning from Jomti and Uli. I hope that you're recovering from your motorbike accident well. You know, we got to have you on sometime, Uli, talk about that, because it's such an unfortunate story that you had a motorbike accident, went to the hospital, tested positive for the virus, and they sent you home. Didn't even help you out. Hey, just go get some Band-Aids at the 7-Eleven and take care of it yourself. Come back when you're negative. So that's a great story to tell. I think you should tell that to everyone. So Andy Stubbs saying hello to Brock. Got a lot of people in the house here today. Appreciate that. Keep posting the chat messages. I got to tell you, we got a full schedule today. I'm going to be pressured to fit this into 90 minutes. You know, usually finish a little bit early. I don't know. It may go long today. So if you're watching this on the replay, maybe it's 2 hours. I don't know. But check this out. So I was alerted recently that we had one of my subscribers, his name is Mark, flew from Australia to Thailand. Yeah. He's actually in quarantine right now. And the cool thing about it is he posted some pictures online. So I wanted to show those pictures to you. It's pretty cool. I will share my screen. Let's just, I want to show these to you real quick. And let's do this one first. So this is funny because, you know, Mark's holding up a little sheet of paper that says, "Thank you for choosing to fly with Richard Travel, Australia to Thailand." And then you might notice down here on the little handheld screen, I guess he's watching the Richard Travel show. So that's pretty cool. I guess they're able to bring up YouTube during the flight. That's awesome. He's a loyal subscriber. He probably asked them, "Hey, listen, let's have the YouTube on the plane to Thailand." So I love that. That's a great picture of Mark. Looks like he upgraded to business class too. I got one more picture to show you here from Mark's journey from Australia to Thailand. And it is this one here. So I guess he was eating quite well. And again, watching the Richard Travel show during his flight. Very nice. Love that. And that food actually looks pretty good. So, wow, business class, they definitely upgrade your food there a little bit. So those mashed potatoes look excellent. Looks like he's having a little glass of wine as well. So nice to see that. I was so excited to see that I reached out to Mark. I said, "Mark, you got to come on and talk about your trip." So guess what? Our secret guest of the day is Mark, joining us from quarantine in Pattaya, Thailand. Hello, Mark.
G'day, Richard. G'day, viewers. How are we all?
I thought it was so great. When you sent me that picture, I'm like, I got to have you on the show. What's this now? Business class.
Business class. So I checked in at Singapore Airlines at Tullamarine Airport in Melbourne, and they said I had my limited edition Richard Travel T-shirt on, and they said, "Mate, you're going straight to business class."
Well, now what airline is that? Let's all use that airline going forward.
Singapore Airlines.
Ooh, that's very nice. Wow. That's
it was.
Nice. Well,
and the meal was Australian barramundi, and it was delish. I loved it.
Barramundi. What is that, like a fish? What is that?
It is. It's a sport fish that we catch in the top end and the northern parts of Australia. It's quite a big fish. They grow to over 1 meter, and it is the golden fish. Oh, hang on, someone's ringing me.
See, I told you this was going to happen. We did a little preview before the show. I'm like, "Mark, turn your phone off because everyone's going to be pinging you on Messenger like, you're on the Richard Travel show. What's going on?" But
he should know better. He should know better because he's a moderator of yours as well.
Busted. I know exactly who you're talking about. That's so funny. So, Mark, you're currently in quarantine in Pattaya, right?
Yeah. So, and it is called the Bella Villa Metro, and I tell you, I have the absolutely fantastic views. I'm looking out over Koh Lan. I had a sunset last night that James Casino would be envious of. It was absolutely beautiful. Then we had a nice lightning storm to top it off. I sit out there with my Uncle Jack. So he's been very friendly with me, Uncle Jack, during these long days in quarantine. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I won't get you in trouble there and ask you too many questions about that. But I guess the one question I have for you is how many days left in quarantine?
Wow. It's 7 and a wake up, Richard.
Oh, I think so. You may have listened to last time's live show then with 30 and a wake up.
Of course.
We're doing days and a wake up now. We got to be sophisticated here. That guy set me straight.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's so great. Hey, well, listen, I just wanted to say thank you for posting on Facebook. You're a tremendous supporter of the channel. I appreciate that. It means the world to me. When I saw that, you made me laugh and just made my day. So I had a tough work week, and you made my week with that photo. So thank you for that.
No problems. Enjoy, everybody. And for my fellow Australians, you can do it. You can escape.
You can't escape from Australia. Yeah.
You can do it.
Well, thanks,
It's
Mark.
taken 200 years in the making, but I finally got off the prison island.
I love it. All right, bud. Cheers. Have a great rest of your day. All right.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Oh, that's so great what he did there with the picture and everything traveling. That's so awesome. I had to have him on the show for that. He's usually on Gotta Love Thailand's live stream. So I kind of stole him from that live stream to have him come on today. So excited about that. Let's go to the live chat here. Everyone's saying, it looks like I've got actually Jake McShane made it in today. We have Gator Jake make it in too. I don't know. A little late for him, I think, on his side. Let's see. Tommy J saying hello to Baldy. Baldy, you got to stay with me today. I got something special for you at the last half hour. So please stay tuned. And I have something to show you towards the end of the show. Carl's Thailand saying hello to Day State Fox. And where is Day State Fox? Did Day State Fox get up in the middle of the night for this one? Did I miss this? Huawei's in their house. Awesome. Day State Fox. Oh, wow. That means the world to me that you're able to make this live or someone's hacked his account. I think it's 3:00 in the morning where he is. So either he's made it or we all have to defriend Day State Fox on Facebook. So I guess we'll find out soon enough. But so check it out. So with the great news that's going on in Thailand, listen, light is at the end of the tunnel. So I'm getting excited. I'm actually starting to brush up my Thai language skills and starting to work out a little bit. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I went to Maggie's Journeys channel recently, and she's got some cool little Thai language classes on there. So I thought what we would do today, let's go into school a little bit before we bring Phil, Mr. Egg from Pub Pattaya on. We're going to go to school with Maggie and learn a little bit of Thai. So hopefully you guys got your thinking caps on. We're going to go through this. We'll come back and then we'll introduce Phil in.
Welcome to my channel Maggie's Journey. My name is Maggie. My channel has everything about all around Thailand, about what I experienced, my trip, my Thai culture, my village, my hometown, include Thai language. Let's see how crazy Thai language is. First, we start with a very easy one. This word, not. Not. In Thai, mai. Burn. In Thai, mai. Sound the same as the one before, right? Widow. In Thai, mai. New. In Thai, mai. This word, silk, in Thai language, mai. Let's see all together. Not burn widow new silk. Mai. Wow, how crazy that is. Now your turn. Try to say mai. Did you find the differences? Okay guys, hope you enjoyed the video because even me recording the video, I messed up many times guys. So don't be worried, don't be afraid to try guys. Good night everyone and good morning and whatever that is there in your place guys. Bye!
My, I feel like I need to raise up my seat when I say that. My, My. I haven't got a clue. Maggie, you've thoroughly confused me. But please, if everyone wants to kind of check out Maggie's Journeys channel, awesome. Got some great videos like that, and also some in real life videos as well. So she does a great job. She's been on this channel, on this show, about 6 or 7 times. Love her to death. She's got some great videos. She was ecstatic that I was using that video today, and I just had a little bit of fun. Creative license with some individuals in that video. So I wanted to, before I bring Phil on, give you the breaking news of the day. I know I mentioned this early on. So the breaking news is actually we're having Chris Parker back from Retired Working For You. He's going to return to the show on November 5th. So quite excited to have Chris confirmed for that date. And who knows, I'm sworn to secrecy on if he will be joining us from Thailand or Canada. So can't say, got to keep it a secret. You might have seen his last video where he said, hey, I'll be coming back to Thailand, and then cued the outro. But I'm excited to have Chris back. He was an awesome guest the first time around. So excited to have him confirmed. We'll go through the schedule towards the end of the show. But just so you know, I'm booked up through December. So we got a lot of guests coming on. So I'm so excited to have Phil, Mr. Egg, come on today. And I'm going to have him come on. Of course, I got an intro for Mr. Egg. I love, for those of you that might be familiar with the channel, Pub Pattaya, he does one of these live streams that he calls Thai Girls Play Pool. He also does, Thai girls play ping pong. He's done Connect 4, all different kinds of games. Phil's so creative, all different kinds of games. But my favorite is Thai girls play pool. So let's play the intro and let's bring Phil into the show.
I can do.
From the sound of music, it's Nung. สวัสดีครับคุณหนึ่ง
สวัสดีค่ะ
Hello teacher
Thank you.
Wow, there he is, Mr. Egg. Hello.
That looks I want to watch that show.
I want to go to that bar. When's that bar open?
And the pool table is right there. You can just see the top left-hand pocket right there.
So it's interesting. So Phil, I'm going to try to say Mr. Egg the whole show because I know you
No
like
problem.
Mr. Egg, but you're Phil to me, man. I don't know. So my question is, I've actually been in that bar. So I don't know if you do this, if I've told you this, but I don't know if you were the owner when I came in. So I came in around 2016. I want to say like maybe February 2016. Yeah.
No, there was another owner before me, a Swiss guy. So it wasn't me then.
Yeah,
No.
I was going to tell you, horrible bar. Or never go
Yeah.
back. Never go back. But now you're taking over. I'll go back.
pass on your recommendation.
By
the way, can I just say, just linking to the Thai lesson we just had, if all my Thai teachers looked like Maggie, I would have gone to Thai school more.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I'm going back for more lessons.
I learned to speak Thai from a load of monks in England, Thai monks, and they didn't look like Maggie. They were very nice people, don't get me wrong, but they weren't like
when
Maggie.
you speak your Thai, do you kind of chant it then, like a chant?
Oh, I can do all that.
Yeah, I feel like if you were to hear that music, then all of a sudden you go into like Thai learning mode.
Absolutely, yeah.
So great. So Phil, exciting news coming down, man. I feel like we can finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. Hey, listen, I'm taking small victories, man. October 1st.
Tell me about this
November
light
1st.
at the end. Tell me about this light at the end of the tunnel because I haven't actually seen it yet.
How dare you, sir? It's all about positive imagery on this live stream. No, it's so great. I feel like it's going to at some point open up.
Well, it has
will
to.
It be
It has
November, December, January, February. What do you think? We all have opinions, right?
Absolutely. It's all about the definition of opening up, really. For me, opening up would be being able to sell alcohol and opening a bit later than we are at the moment because we have to close at 8 o'clock at the moment. But for some people, opening up, obviously, people watching in the United States, people watching in the UK and all around the world will be saying opening up is quarantine-free travel. And I get the feeling that that's probably, we're going to take a step this next month. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be cut to 7 days for vaccinated people. But I think quarantine-free travel will probably be more towards Q1 of next year. So, yeah, the light's there, but it all depends what light you're looking at, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think they were talking about cutting the 14-day down to 10 days, and I was thinking, like, how is that a game changer? You know, I'm going to go like 14 days to 7 hours. I want like a matter of hours. Take a test, out.
Richard, you've got to understand that there are lots of what we call 2-week millionaires, and we love them. Don't get me wrong, us bar owners love them. But there are a lot of what I call long stayers that come here from Northern Europe, from Northern America, about October, November time, and they stay during the winter months back home, and then they go home about Songkran time. Those people, the quarantine being cut to either 10 or 7 days is a huge game changer for them. So they'll be definitely be coming. And they're good spenders, and they're people that, you know, you want to have in around town. But certainly the 2-week millionaires are really going to not be impressed with that at all. And it's going to take a while, I think, maybe Q1 until we can welcome those people back again.
Yeah, I think you're spot on with that. I want to talk to you a little bit about your creativity with the whole Thai girls play pool, ping pong, Connect Four. But before, I wanted to show you a picture I came across that I thought was pretty cool. Yeah, I'm going to grapple you with these pictures here. Let me see if I can choose the right one. So you're becoming quite a celebrity there in the Soy Diamond area. Who are these guys? Got a couple of celebrities there with you. Huh?
Well, I can see Monsieur Chocolat, as we call him at the pub. Monsieur Chocolat dans Muay Thai. I can see Kevin, and I can see Carl Thailand.
Carl's Thailand, yeah.
Dressed appropriately in the typical tourist attire of black socks and black sneakers. That's perfect. Yes.
I feel like Carl is everywhere too. Like he'll pop up at bars, top of mountains, wherever he's there. He gets around.
You know, have you met Carl yet? Have you actually talked to him?
So I've had him on the show. But never actually met him in person. No.
Fascinating guy, really fascinating. His channel's really good, as you know, because he goes around and does the things that nobody else does, and goes to the parts that nobody knew about, and does crazy things and meets people and animals. And he speaks. Probably, he's in the top 3. In my opinion, Thai speakers, his Thai is really, really polished. He'll never admit to that, but it's true.
Would you think that I'm number 2? Or yeah,
yes, Bersong.
Yeah.
But he's also.
I don't know what that means, but Gesundheit or bless you.
It means number. It means number 2. Number 2.
Okay. Where's Maggie? I need Maggie to come into the show. Maggie, no.
Send her over here. But he's also just a fascinating guy. He's an absolute anthology on the Beatles, because he used to sell a lot of their memorabilia and stuff like that. And he's just a really, really great guy. I love him in a brotherly way.
Kobus is saying all the eggheads. Yeah. Okay. But you embraced that name. I was surprised. I'm like, all right, well, that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it comes from a restaurant I used to eat in Birmingham, which is called Mr. Eggs. And the logo looked surprisingly like me. And every time I used to walk into this restaurant in the middle of the night, it was kind of a 24-hour place. And it used to go, oh, look, it's Mr. Egg. And so it just came from that. And yeah, I'm happy with it. I don't mind.
Yeah, you have to embrace stuff like that. You know, so I made the name of this live show, you know, This Egg Won't Crack. And I felt like when that came to me, I think I was actually eating lunch with my mother. And I said, like, mid-conversation, my mom was telling me some great story. I'm like, hang on, got to write this down or I'll forget it. And I just, for me, it kind of resonated, because I feel like you have been just so creative through this horrible situation that we've been going through for almost 2 years. You know, how did you start thinking about things like that? Thai girls play pool, Thai girls play ping pong, Connect Four, all that stuff.
Well, Thai girls play pool. I had this idea that if I was thinking about, I think about 18 months ago, if things got really bad and we got locked down again, and we'd already been locked down first time and second time, I thought there's a lot of bars that are doing streams. And what I didn't want to do is like put a live camera in the bar when the bar was open and just have girls dancing around or whatever, because it just wasn't my style. But then I was just sitting in the bar on my own and thinking, well, lighting's going to be a big problem. And then there, staring at me, was the brightest part of the whole bar, which was the pool table. And I thought, you know what? We don't need to get any new lights. We can just have the girls playing pool. And I was looking at the girls, and they were bending over, and it was all a bit saucy, a bit Benny Hill. And I thought, you know what, that would actually, if we got a camera there, and I remember when the bar closed that night, I got a pair of step ladders. Do you call them step ladders in America?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. A pair of step ladders. And I was going round the bar with a camera saying, oh, yeah, that'd make a good camera position there. And all the girls were going, oh, boss ting tong, Mark, what's he doing? He's crazy. But yeah, that's crazy, yeah. So it came to me really just, I was thinking, I don't want to do what everybody else does, because I don't like there's a lot of customers that wouldn't come to the bar if there was a live show on, and the girls were giving more attention, if you like, to the people online than the real people. So that's why I decided to do it when the bar closed, and also just do something a bit different. And the pool table was the obvious answer for me.
Yeah, I feel like, creative types like yourself, it's oftentimes hard to publicize what your vision is. Like, you have it in your head. You probably thought at the time, like, I got it nailed. Different camera angles, I can switch back and forth, do instant replays. But how hard was that to explain to the girls and to the ladies and have them buy into your vision?
Do you know, that's such a good question, because I thought, like, a lot of the girls I thought originally were very against live streaming because they were just a bit shy, and maybe one or two have got, friends sending them money and they didn't want to, they weren't supposed to be in the bar. I don't know. And actually a couple of our regular girls, when we started live streaming, just sort of disappeared. So maybe they were sponsored out. But the very first night that we did it, which was the 30th of December last year, which is when we got locked down, I just says, look, everybody just come into the bar and we'll just play pool. And it was just a rocket going off. We got 300 viewers that night. And wow. And if we hadn't have got that and the response from the public, then maybe it wouldn't have done, as well as it has done, and had the longevity that it has done. So it was a little bit of luck, and it just fell down in the right place, sort of thing.
Yeah, I want to double click into that a little bit. But before I do, I just want to say hello to What's Doing Biz, a great YouTube channel that I found recently. If you guys haven't heard of this channel, please go there and check it out. He's got some great inspirational videos coming straight from the heart. Love them. And he's currently residing in Thailand and born and raised in San Francisco. So I saw that. I'm like, oh, this guy, number one on my list. But yeah, it's interesting because I felt like, so a little bit of luck, right, Phil? And, you got the girls to buy in on the vision. But the big thing for me that I noticed, because I'm big on technology, is all that you have to juggle. I would love to have like a second camera on you, like all the stuff that you're juggling. People don't realize, like, that's a lot that you got going on. How do you do it, man? How do you practice? The more you do it, the more fluid you get with it?
Well, it started off being pretty rubbish, to be honest. So you just learn by your mistakes. Hey, careful on that beer. It's only 9 o'clock in the morning, Richard. Be careful.
I'm basically drunk now anyways, Phil.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I think the show looks a lot better when you're drunk, actually. It helps the fact that I've got quite a powerful computer now, which I managed to buy from turnover in the bar. So I can plug like 4 cameras in, and just, I don't know. It was just trial and error, really. I am quite interested in the business of live streaming, and I follow a lot of live streamers on YouTube and what they do. And there's a couple of guys that there's a couple of guys that do videos about different effects and different things you can do on live streams, mainly from the gaming platform. Most of the things that I do have come from Twitch. Like the instant replay was a big thing on Twitch, which nobody did on YouTube, and I thought I did it. But actually the instant replay is really bad, but it's just a bit of fun. And I never actually instant replay when there's a good shot. I always do it when a girl's bending over.
And that's or a bad shot, right? So you had like one where they scratched, and I thought that was just like so hilarious. This girl like did a bank shot back and forth, and she scratched, did not hit one ball. I was thinking,
instant replay.
God. And you're so like right on top of it. Instant replay. That's so great.
Yeah. I guess it is just looking at other people's live streams, what they do, and then just copying it, really. I mean, there's nothing original on there. But yeah, I mean, I appreciate your comments. It's I think you're probably making it out to be a lot better than it actually is. But I don't know.
Yeah, well, I love your, you have this self-deprecating humor where you kind of make fun of yourself a little bit, but you should know that it is a quality product. I mean, you're doing stuff that nobody else is doing. I thought when I saw you doing like virtual Connect 4, I thought like, wow, Phil, like, you're either scraping the bottom of the barrel or like being very creative, but it worked.
I think well, I'm not sure it did work because it got the most abuse from people going, this is like watching paint dry. And the problem was that it was such a technical stream because it wasn't just two girls in the bar playing Connect 4. It was a girl sitting at home, like in Isan somewhere, and another girl sitting in another house. They were on separate screens and the board was here. So I had to get people to put the counters into the, it was so incredibly technical and completely messed up every single time we did it.
But now to your credit though, that was because the restrictions were so hardcore that you could not have people in the bar at that time, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean, yeah, to be honest, the restrictions have shaped the bar. Like Thai girls play ping pong. We did it in a different location. Because we couldn't move the pool table somewhere else. So I just bought I mean, that was a funny one. You say like, how did the girls react to it? I just messaged the girls in the line group one day and says, girls, we're playing table tennis tomorrow. And they're all like, oh, okay, ting tong boss, boss guy's really, he's completely lost it this time. And I just said, wear sexy shorts. I just went, wear some sexy shorts. And I had this, in the pool, we have the bendy over cam, but I think it was like, we could only, the wire could only stretch so far that connected the camera. So it was like underneath the table. So I think I called it the crotch cam or something.
Great. All class there, Phil. All class.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, you're right about the restrictions. They kind of shaped what I had to do. And in the end, I ended up doing quizzes and stuff like that because that's all we could do. But we just kept the whole thing going because there was such a lot of support.
I thought that was interesting, Phil, because that's what came to my mind is I was thinking, I guess I'm more business minded, more cut and dry. I would say, listen, so restrictions, bars closed, like it's closed. Like I'm not going to do anything more. I'm going to save my money and hope to fight another day. But I came across a picture online. I guess it kind of piqued my curiosity. I was thinking, Phil, are you doing it?
Not another picture.
Yeah.
Oh no,
that's the wrong one.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Of course. See, talk about technical snafus. This was like supposed to be the big reveal. I chose the wrong picture.
This is like when somebody goes on holiday and they used to bring back a slideshow. Remember the slideshows?
My question was, are you doing it for them? Right? Because these ladies have no income, right? And they're relying on you to sort of help out a little bit by doing these virtual shows. That's putting some money in their pocket, right?
I mean, correct. And also for their mental health more than anything, because they're sitting around doing nothing as well. I mean, if we didn't do the shows, I don't think they'd starve, but certainly they don't have money. And a lot of those girls, have families that they send money home to. So absolutely, yes. I'm just looking at the lineup there. The lineup looks really good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Got some cute girls there, Phil.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to say we do it just for the girls because it's a little bit for me as well, because I would be completely bored if I didn't have anything to do. And so it was nice to wake up in the morning and say, oh, I've got a live stream today. Let's prepare for it. And believe it or not, we did do a little bit of prep in the live streams, not as much as you do, Richard, but we did do some. So yeah, it was for them, but it was also for a little bit for my own mental health as well, because, otherwise it is pretty grim here in Pattaya at the moment. I suppose it's what you make it, but it is a little bit grim.
Yeah. I mean, do you feel like it has gotten worse these last 6 months?
Well, I'm not one that likes to party and go out and, paint the town red and let my hair down. I'm more somebody that enjoys staying in. So the staying in thing hasn't really got to me, and not drinking because I don't really drink. But and trust me, that is the number one thing that people here in Pattaya are moaning about is like, oh, I want to have a drink, But for me, it was just doing this, just talking to people, I live on my own, and if I didn't get out there and come into the bar and have people come in and say hi, I would not speak to anyone all day. And I am somebody that likes to have a natter and chat away. So for me, it's the social aspect that is really difficult at the moment.
Yeah. And I find like that's tough because you got to keep sharp, right? So I feel like if you're doing live streams, you got to keep doing them because you stay sharp, especially with all the different equipment you have going on there.
Sure.
Not easy, right?
Yeah, I mean, and you know, I've spent a lot of money on equipment, which I probably could have just saved, really. But you know, that's the problem with, you know, when you look at other people's streams and you see, oh, but they've got like a fancy microphone, I want one, and you know, so it gets a little bit like that, really. But yeah, it's been a journey. That's for sure. It's been a journey.
I feel like, so you've had quite a metamorphosis. So you've gone from just doing live streams, you know, videos on YouTube, to all of a sudden the Thai girls play pool, but also changing your bar into a restaurant. So you have food now, right? So that's new to you.
Well, we always were a restaurant. This actually used to be a restaurant. Before, it used to be a place called the Crab Bar, and many of you people in the comments might remember the Crab Bar. It was a bit of a late night place. They used to do karaoke, and there was a lot of drunken Finns here at sort of 4 o'clock in the morning, belting out My Way and stuff like that. But there was a nice little crew of girls as well. Before then, it was a Belgian restaurant. So there was always been a kitchen, kind of a room for a kitchen here and everything. And when I got it, there was a food license, and I had a lady who many people might remember. In fact, she might even be watching now. Her name was Eileen, and she used to do the food. And I just kind of, she retired and she's living in Buriram now. And I just sort of let that go a little bit. And I didn't bother getting I didn't bother updating the license. But earlier this year, I realized, well, if I get a food license, I can open again and start talking to people and just having people drop in and say hi into the bar. So that's what I did. And it's not an easy thing to do. There's a lot of hoops that you have to go through, and you get visits, and there are certain restrictions that you have, and they're quite keen on things like oil and like if you're using a deep fat fryer, where does the oil go? Because they're very keen on, believe it or not, the local authorities are very keen on environmental issues now, and so you know they look at it from that point of view. But I've got a temporary license, and then it will become a full license when they eventually come round and give me a full visit, which they're not doing because of the problem.
Yeah, that's
so
funny because Carl is saying he remembers Eileen. I feel like if anyone was going to remember her, it would be Carl.
Yeah, she was
Carl
great.
Probably spoke with her and everything in Thai and everything.
She was great. She did the best burgers on Walking Street, definitely.
So Phil, we did not have a pre-interview on this. Like I'm trying to not do pre-interviews for the professionals like yourself, but I may get myself in some hot water here with you. So I just want to let you know before I try to go down this road, you are the boss of the live show here. So you can tell me like, let's go on. But there is something serious I wanted to talk to you about. If I go back a little bit, you had a little bit of a health scare recently. So
well, yeah, I had a heart attack. I had a heart attack about, I don't know how long ago it was now, about 3 or 4 months ago, I think. And the funny thing was, I talk about my video channel, and I do the live stuff, but I also do videos. And we were shooting a video. When I say we, me and my producer, who's a guy called Balloon Chaser, who really is the you know, the brains behind the whole operation. I'll be honest with you. He's my editor, and he also comes up with ideas, and we sort of spin things out together. And we were on the beach doing this sequence, and he at one point said to me off camera, "Oh, be careful, Phil. You don't want to go too much. You'll have a heart attack." Well, 5 minutes later, I was having a heart attack, and I haven't actually talked about it much on the YouTube channel because I honestly think that sort of health matters and fitness and all that. Hello, Balloon Chaser, he's watching. By the way, mate, stuffed QPR last night. Sorry, little bit of a personal message. Yeah, so I had a heart attack, but I haven't mentioned it much on the YouTube channel because I just think that like health matters, and my personal health is important to me, but I don't think other people are that really bothered about it. But
no, I think we were all very concerned about you, Phil. I mean, when I heard little bits and pieces, I wanted to hear more that you were okay. It looked like it was a life-changing event for you, like it would be for most other people. But it sounds like you made some changes with your diet, and everything kind of changed. Well,
I'm a lot slimmer than I was. I don't actually know how heavy I was, but I'm down to 83 kilos now. And I think I've lost about 13 or 14 kilos. Funny thing is,
A lot.
when I had the heart attack, I really tried to spin it in a positive way, both mentally and literally. And I got a phone call about a week later from a doctor, a lady doctor from the main hospital in Pattaya. And she says, can I come down and see you? I need to check you out and see you're all right. And it's just like a home visit. And she says, where do you live? And I said, well, I actually live in this bar because this is my home address for immigration. So she says, all right, we're coming at 9 o'clock in the morning. So this car, this great big SUV turns up outside, and out comes this lady and 5 nurses, all in the, traditional nursing gear, all very slim, attractive, and I can say with my hand on my heart that I've had 5 girls in the bar, all dressed as nurses, but they were real nurses. And she asked me one question, getting back to the serious bit, and she says, why did you have a heart attack? And basically, I don't drink, I don't abuse, I don't smoke, I don't abuse my body, I don't take drugs or anything. So it really was down to just diet, I think, and obviously stress and stuff like that. So I really tried to change that. And I think, fingers crossed, I mean, I could die tomorrow, but who knows what's in the future. I've really, really, really tried hard to change things around. And,
well,
and I think
what do you remember successful. If you go back to that moment? Do you remember yourself? I'm assuming you passed out when the event happened. No.
Well, it's funny. I might go off on a slight tangent here, and please excuse me if I do. Mm-hmm. There was a famous comedy duo in the UK in the 1960s and 70s called Morecambe and Wise, and one of them, Eric Morecambe, had a history of heart problems. And I remember he was asked a question on a chat show in the UK, and they said, what was it like having a heart attack? Just kind of like what you've asked there. And he says it was like really bad indigestion. And it is true, it was kind of like really bad indigestion. But what he said was, it's a good job they didn't tell me I was having a heart attack, because if they'd have told me I was having a heart attack, I would have had a heart attack and died. So, and funny enough, when I was lying on the beach, that was what was in my mind. I was thinking of that interview for strange reason. They say that your life passes in front of you. And I was thinking about when I was at school, when I was at junior school, my first memories, all those things came back to me. It was really crystal clear. I mean, we waited about 3/4 of an hour for the ambulance to come. So
really?
And I have to say,
long?
I don't know. I mean, Balloon Chaser was the man who called the ambulance, and it did a fantastic job. And we're going to actually relive all of this in a video that we haven't recorded yet, but we're going to go back to it because, I think, like you say, a few people are a little bit interested in that sort of thing. So I am going to revisit this in a video in the future, and me and Balloon Chaser are going to talk about it. And actually, there was a lot of things that happened that day. I mean, I visited 3 hospitals, and there's a lot of information and experiences there that I could talk about visiting a Thai hospital in an absolute crisis emergency that might, people might be interested in. So I'll definitely do that video, but it is a bit dark. So I haven't done it yet. Yeah.
Did you have to speak Thai at all during that whole process of the medical situation? Because I'm thinking just myself, I'm thinking if I go through something like that, probably my Thai language skills go out the window, and I'm all about just speaking English.
Yeah, I mean, basically, yes. But I think that all the hospitals in the Chonburi area and the Bangkok area are kind of dual language anyway. So if anybody's watching this and worried about something like that, if I have a major health scare, they'll just leave me. Not at all. There are people that try to speak English to you, but yeah, I think the majority of what I did in Thai. I can't quite recall, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't know what was more serious, Phil, the heart episode you had or the knock you got, because it sounded like you fell over, hit your head, and hit your face a little bit, right? Gave yourself a black eye.
I lost a tooth.
Yeah,
as you can see.
Yeah,
and a lot of people say, I know why you use that microphone with the pub on it, because you're hiding your tooth. No, not really. I'm not that vain, to be honest.
I feel like you take that microphone everywhere, so I don't think it's a big surprise to me.
Yeah, I was there in the hospital. Help me.
Got to kick off the Thai girls play pool. Hang on. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I had a tooth pull out, but not straight away. And I have to say, they actually said to me, well, you can wear this false tooth for 6 months and then we'll put a new one in. And I said, there's nothing false about me. I don't want a false tooth. So I'm kind of AJ, because AJ's got the same. He's got a tooth missing.
Tough. It looks mean.
It does.
Like, more credibility as a bar owner. You want to have that like tooth missing. Yeah.
You're not coming in. But unfortunately, I am actually having it filled in about 3 months. I can have it filled in 3 months. So my radiant smile will return.
Well, we're all grateful to that. You know, Balloon Chaser is saying the ambulance took 45 minutes to arrive, but the pizza arrived in 20. So at least you went to the hospital with the full stomach.
Yeah, I wonder why he was eating pizza when I arrived. I've got to say that my ex-girlfriend, the one who's, I've got 2 children over here, and she's the mother of my 2 children. She saw me yesterday, and she like came up on the bike and she says, "You're much too thin. You're too skinny. You want to start eating again?" And I says, "Well, you was the one that told me that I'd got to stop eating, overeating, and lose some weight." And she says, no, I don't like you like that. You need to start eating again. So these Thai women, Richard, they're never happy, are they?
Oh, sadly, I've not heard anyone tell that to me in over 2 years. So I guess I'm fat.
Richard, I can assure you, from where I'm standing here in Pattaya, you are a handsome man. Handsome Mark.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Just don't show the stomach, you know. It's getting bigger and bigger by the month. You know, I don't know what's going on here. But it's interesting. One of the things I'm so impressed with you, Phil, is your positive outlook. Like Kobus is saying, your positive outlook. How do you do it, man? How do you stay positive with all that's going on? It's got to be tough, right?
Well, I think I might come across as positive. I have my little moments. I don't know if you... Oh, is that here? I can hear an ambulance going by.
Maybe you, not me.
They're getting ready. Yeah, he's going. I had a little heart to heart live stream last Sunday, which Balloon Chaser referred to as a moanathon in his sympathetic way. No, he's been great, honestly, but that was quite funny. You know, sometimes I do have really, really dark moments when I think, really, really dark. But I think you've just got to laugh at. You've just got to see the positive side of things. And also, I would say, I talked earlier about learning Thai from the monks in England, and I did spend a long time in the early 2000s in a temple in the UK. I spent a lot of time helping out there and getting interested in Buddhism and spiritualism, and I think that really shaped the next 20 years of my life. And I do think that really helped, that sort of frame of mind and positive thinking and living in the moment, et cetera, really did help me in that respect. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like your positive outlook, this will stay with people as we come out of this. Like, you'll always be that guy that weathered the storm, that was creative, that looked for a way to take care of the ladies. You could just shut the bar down, but I know that you're taking care of those ladies in the bar. They have a place to stay, this kind of thing.
Sure.
Probably a lot of stress and pressure on you. So
I've never really, I can honestly say that I've never ever thought about it in the way that other people are thinking about it. It's just like, oh, well, there's some girls in the bar. We better do the live stream so we can pay the electric bill. I've never thought about, oh, I'm being such a great guy. It's just that, it's just getting stuck in, really. That's just the way I am, I guess.
Yeah. And it's interesting because one of the things I love about your recorded videos, so if people don't know, and they should know, I'm sure they do, that in addition to your live streams that you do at the bar, you also make these excellent recorded videos. Actually, there's a number of favorites. I guess if someone would say, like, what's my favorite? I'd say, oh, man, I got to have at least 3. One of them is when you did the comparison of 1990s Pattaya to today. That was awesome. Well done, sir. Yeah. Well done on that. Yeah. I don't know how you sync that up. And then just the talk track was awesome. You definitely know your stuff.
Well, actually, I have to, sorry to interrupt you, Richard. I have to give a big hands up to Balloon Chaser, my editor. What we did with that, we found a really old video, 1994, of a Dutch guy going around Pattaya.
Yeah, I watched that video back when it came out. I was like, this is great.
What we did was we stabilized it because it was going everywhere, because it was filmed in like a Super 8 or something. And then we did the same journey, which has totally changed. But what Balloon Chaser did, because he's clever, not like me, is he did it in a really widescreen GoPro, and then when the original video panned to the left, he just cropped it to the left, and then when it panned to the right, he did the same. So that was really clever how he did that.
Yeah,
so
that was class.
Yeah.
And that's not that's like being creative. Like, gosh, you can't turn that stuff off. Like, you want to that's awesome. And I feel like it was great to see the difference, you know?
So what other videos of mine have you liked?
I love the Bali High Pier one. I love that one because you made me laugh. Like, I knew some of those funny quips were coming. The parking garage that never actually parked any cars, really, you know, it never actually worked. It was from North Korea. You know, the technology.
I used to go every day. I mean, I sometimes do now, go for a little walk from the bar, and I walk all the way to the lighthouse, if anybody knows the lighthouse by Bali High, and all the way back, and it's about a half an hour walk. And I remember walking around and thinking, God, this place has got so many failures. Like, you know, the waterfront, the parking lot. There was loads more as well. And I thought this would make an interesting video. You know, we could call it something special. And then I talked to Balloon Chaser, who's kind of, we kind of throw things out there and we have meetings about these sort of things. And he said, yeah, we kind of came up with an idea for that video. And the great thing about that video was it wasn't one of the ones that was most watched, but I was sitting in the bar about 2 days after I released it. And this guy who I'd never met before came into the bar and he says, "Are you Mr. Egg?" I think he was from Germany. "Are you Mr. Egg?" And I went, "Yeah, oh no, here we go. This is going to be a trouble." And he goes, "I'm not going to carry on with the voice." He said, "Look, I live on the dark side. I've just come over here to say, I watched that video of Bali High and I thought it was so good. I've just come to say thank you and buy you a drink." And, you know, you can have a million views and 100 likes, but that is worth its weight in gold.
Yeah,
really
I feel
is.
like it's the comments and then like people come to you in person that mention. That's what does it for me. I love to see a good comment. God, I can't believe it's been almost a year since I had my last recorded video launch, which is why I love doing recorded videos for the live show, because I love to create videos. You know, but
I've got to say, I really enjoyed your trips around San Francisco when you did the live streams. I thought that was brilliant.
So you and about 12 other people love those videos. That's about it.
Oh, it's not about, you see, you've got to listen to yourself. It's not about the viewers. It's about, I really, really enjoyed those. I thought they were really good. Although, to be honest, you made San Francisco seem a very scary place.
Well, it is, man. It is. I just ordered some pepper spray for myself. I got to watch out where I walk. It's nuts. I don't know, Phil. It's getting crazy around here. It's not getting any better. Hopefully, once tourists start to come back a little more, it'll start to drive out the unsavory types, which we're seeing more of. We're seeing more Europeans coming in now.
Right.
But I'll tell you, the other video that I loved as well, Phil, was the fires video. Because you're like, listen, so don't get so excited about this one fire. Like, there's been other ones that were much bigger. Well, that was a good one too.
Thank you so much. That really came from, I was doing the couple of days after the fire, which was at a disco on Walking Street. I was actually called when that was happening by a couple of journalists who said, "We've heard that Walking Street's an inferno. You know, it's completely destroyed." And I says, no, it's just like a chip pan fire in a restaurant up the road. And there was so much of an overreaction and so many people saying that it was done deliberately, which is actually probably not true. That I thought, well, people don't realize fires happen all the time. And then actually it was Balloon Chaser said, you know, remember this fire? And we always wanted to do a fire. We always wanted to do a video about the final fire that was mentioned, which was a very, very huge tragic event, which was a fire in a big hotel in 1997 in Jomtien, and 91 people were killed in that. And Balloon Chaser said to me, no, it's too much of a serious topic. We can't do it. And so, okay, I listened to his advice and I sort of put it back to the back burner. But then this came along and I says, well, why don't we, what about that fire? Remember that catching fire and that. And what we did was we got on a motorbike and we went to 10 different locations and just put that together. But it was a different aspect of it, because a lot of people there was a lot of false information that was going on about that particular event, and it was nice to just see it from a historical point of view, and also statistically, places do catch fire over here very, very often.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Just look at the electrical wires. I wonder why more don't actually happen. But yeah, I mean, you do a great job of telling those stories, though, Phil. Just so you know, like if you hear it from me, like I love those videos where you tell a story and you talk about the history of Pattaya. I just feel like you know so much about the city. It's awesome.
Well, the thing is, I'm not really qualified to do that because I've only been here like for about 13 years, but I was coming over here on holiday. So rather than stories, I do a lot of research for some of the stories, but a lot of them is just my memories of things really, and funny things that have happened, during the time that I've been coming on holiday here and living here. But there are people out there. I really want to get in touch with people that have got photographs or videos from the past. And if they're watching this now, please let me know, because we'd love to meet you and look at some of the history of this town and put it out there to people so they can compare. People say, oh, it's not like it used to be. Well, actually, I don't think it was that good sort of 20, 25 years ago. It's a lot better now, but there you go. There's another hot topic.
Like. Yeah. So it's interesting you mentioned qualified. I felt like that was a nice segue into my fourth favorite video of yours. And one thing you are qualified to do is skateboard. I couldn't believe it. I was going through all these videos. Just so you guys know, when I have a guest on, I do a lot of research. So I found this great video. I want to remove this banner. Hang on. I want to do this professional now, because I found a video of you actually skateboarding. Let's take a look, guys.
I know what you're saying. Yes, Mr. Egg. We've looked at Chew. What we really want to see is your skater boy skills in action. Really? Well, I think my time has come. Oh no, this was not supposed to happen. Oh no. Oh, this is going to be good for my fitness regime. We're going up the hill towards the tourist police. Oh no.
I love it. Hey, you're very good. You're qualified to skateboard.
Skater boy, yeah. I mean, absolutely genuine video. That it was really good how Balloon Chaser managed to get that sort of golf cart following me at great speed. It was great, yeah. And our inspiration for that video was 10 worst green screen errors of all time, which was on video. It was on YouTube. I wasn't really on the skateboard, and those who follow continuity would realize that I wasn't wearing a mask. All of a sudden, I was wearing a mask, and then when I crashed the skateboard a bit later, I'm not wearing a mask again. So
I love it. So
it was supposed to be a joke. I hope people realize that I'm not trying to. The actual skateboard is balanced on a Coca-Cola.
Well, I think Jay East has it. Like, I love the hat. The hat steals the show of that video. That is
awesome. A genuine hat that I used to wear in England. Actually,
yeah, you played the part, man. See, it's that creativity coming through.
Because Balloon Chaser says you got to dress up like a skater boy, and I thought, well, I don't know how to skaters boys like loose baggy t-shirt, beanie hat. So I just went into it really.
So Phil, I guess the $1 million question.
What you don't know, is I do a little bit of a rap at the beginning as well, like, because I get really into the skater boy thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we are pressed for time, but thanks for filling that in there, Phil. I think we lost 12 viewers during that whole rap. But Phil, it's funny because the question I have for you, the $1 million question, is when things open up and things get back to normal, are you still going to do the live streams, the Thai girls play pool, or would that kind of be sunset and we'll go back into just doing what you used to do?
I think we probably will, but it's really important, and I must state this like in block capitals, underlined in red ink, when the bar is closed. So we won't be doing it when the bar's open. As soon as the bar closes, we'll have a little bit of a chill out, and then we'll start the live stream maybe.
So why is it important to say that? Why do you think it's important to say that?
Well, because I think for two reasons. First of all, a lot of potential customers don't like being on camera, first of all. And actually, I've had a lot of people that have said, "Can you come on camera? Can we sit in the on the sofa?" And I've gone, "No." And then second reason is that a lot of people feel that if you're doing a live stream when the bar's open, that the staff aren't really concentrating on you, and they're more interested on sort of people online. So for that reason, that's why I separate the two. I say we've got a bar. We close the bar and then we do the live stream. And it's a lot of my regular customers that don't even know that I've got a YouTube channel, that don't even know that we do live streams. So that's really good.
So what was the reason behind the YouTube channel? I know it's titled Le Pub Pattaya, so obviously a chance to promote the business. Is that what was going through your head?
that's basically it. I always say I'm a bar owner first and a YouTuber second. I don't take my channel as seriously as you take yours, or you take your shows extremely seriously, and you spend a lot of time prepping for it. And thank you on behalf of all your
viewers. A lot of
viewers.
time getting drunk too. Obviously,
well,
that's important to me.
It all comes together in the end, doesn't it? I think it oils
so.
the wheels of the engine. We had to sit down, me and Balloon Chase. I keep on mentioning him; he's in the comments section, and we said, what could we do? I've got a YouTube channel that's got like about 200 followers. We need to, if we did some content, then we could get that up. And Balloon Chaser, for those people who don't know, has got a YouTube channel, which is nothing to do with Thailand at all. And
it's about balloons.
So it's about balloons, yeah. It's about so he.
I can't believe I got that right.
so he helped me and pushed me in the right direction, and we've gone to sort of 200 subs to 9,000 almost. Yeah. In about 11 months. So that's, that's really been positive. And that has got to help. I haven't actually mentioned something that I wanted to very, very briefly, which is kind of tied into what you're saying, which was I've now got a podcast. And
tell us about that.
Well, it's called the Mr. Eggs, rather unimaginatively, and I know you push for time, Mr. Eggs Pattaya podcast. But I got an email from Apple, and they says, like, I'm number 9 in Hong Kong.
Wow,
unbelievable. I've only done
awesome.
6. Yeah, so it's on Apple.
Talk about? What's the topic?
Basically, I mean, sometimes I do long interviews with people, like I did one with Ricky, I did one with Larry, I did one with, I've done other long interviews, and I've taken that format. After I had the heart attack, I thought, I need to slow down a bit. So rather than do videos, which you have to sit there and worry about lights and camera angles and everything, let's just point a microphone at someone and do it as a podcast. So they're basically long style interviews, 30, 40, 50 minutes long, with people in Pattaya, people you might know, people that you might not know, that have got some kind of connection to Pattaya. And I've only done about 8, and I'm in the top 5% of podcasts.
So how do people go to listen to that? Do they go on Apple and check out the podcast on Apple?
It's on Apple. It's on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Google Podcasts, and many others as well. It's on all of them. Just search for Pattaya or Mr. Eggs Pattaya podcast, and it's there.
Mr. Eggs Pattaya. And you know what's funny? So just so you know, I was actually searching back when I used to wear the crazy T-shirts, the custom T-shirts. I would search for T-shirts on Amazon, and I came across a couple of yours. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, that was a while ago. I think we sold about 2. Yeah, my designer, the guy who designed my logo and does a lot of my other design work. He said, "I want to. Do you think we could do some T-shirts from you?" And I says, "Yeah." And I just forgot about them until you just mentioned them, actually. So, yeah. I
couldn't believe when I saw it. I'm like, this is actually Phil. This is
Mr. Eggs podcast. Mr. Eggs T-shirts are available on Amazon. And Dow's just walked in. She's just woke up, so she won't. So she won't be very kind if I put her on camera. Yeah.
No problem.
Sawadee kun Dow ka. There she is. Yeah.
Well, Phil, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight. It's a pleasure having you back. This is your second appearance. I love having you on each time. I can't wait to meet you in person. I mean, shake your hand and have a beer, and you can have a Coca-Cola or whatever you drink.
Richard, you've been so kind to me, promoting my bar, promoting my YouTube channel. And, you put a lot of effort. People don't realize how much effort goes into a live stream like this. And you do that. And so on behalf of all your viewers and me, thank you so much for everything that you do. And cheers.
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 See you next time.
You go. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Perfect. All right, Mr. Egg, we'll send you off with your intro. That's now an outro. And have a great rest of your day.
Thank you, Richard. Take care.
I can do.
music it's หนึ่งสวัสดีครับคุณหนึ่ง
สวัสดีค่ะ
Hello teacher
Thank you.
So great interview with Phil. Thank you, Carl's Thailand, for mentioning that. I appreciate that. Phil is such a great guy to talk to. I feel like there's just so information. Richard with the number 1 is saying he's a cool guy, Mr. Egg. We're back saying goodbye to Phil. Cheers. And bye-bye, Joop Joop, kiss, kiss. And let's see, old man says Mr. Egg has paid his dues. Visit him if you can, for sure. And Rick G saying, great show. Mr. Egg is one of my favorites. I know I could talk to him forever. Just so much information. Koba saying, nice one, Phil. Absolutely. Phil's just like an easy interview. No pre-interview necessary for that guy. So love all the love. That's great. You guys are putting that in there. Awesome. Yeah, really nice. Really nice. And it's nice to see that Rides for Kicks made it in. He was telling me before the show, didn't know if he was going to make it in time. He's got a lot of stuff. I think this is when he does a lot of his filming in the morning. So thank you, Lucas, for making it in. Appreciate that. And so it's intermission time, guys. We got a lot to fit in this last half hour. We got vlogger news. We'll be talking about the schedule coming up the next 4 weeks, all the great guests that are coming on. Wait till you see this guest list. Like I said, we're booked up through December. So we got quite a waiting list, but a new intermission this week. I'm very excited to show this one to you. This took a couple days to put this one together. So I hope you like it. We'll take a brief little intermission. I'll be right back. We'll go through vlogger news. All right, I'm back. Beverage number 3. Yeah, see, these intermissions are perfect time to go grab another drink. Cheers to everyone drinking tonight. On guitar for that music intermission was Gotta Love Thailand Dave. I say that because anyone that's seen Dave just knows, like, I could picture him with a guitar kind of riffing that. So that's why I say that. So hopefully you enjoyed the intermission. Kind of nice chance for us to take a break before we get to vlogger news. We've got some new vloggers to profile this week. And I will tell you just a note. I'm probably saying this too much, but well, I'll mention it later when we get to the other part of the show. So now we're getting ready for vlogger news. Let me just get to my little part with the exchange rate. I don't know if you guys noticed, so the exchange rate is actually improved, which is nice. So the USD is up to 33.43, British pound up to 45.72. I love that because it seems like it's trending in our favor. So I think by the time we get back, probably November, December, or maybe January, February, we could be looking at, for the USD, probably 35. I would love it if we could get back there and it's 36 like it was back in 2015 and 2016, because that's a game changer. So hoping that happens. And then just to kind of give you a heads up for the show before we get into vlogger news, we have some future guests coming up. Next week is going to be 20 Seconds in Thailand. After that, Icy, That's My Style, is rejoining us on October 9th / the 10th for Thailand. And then after that, we have Thai Girl Gift and Foreigner Joe coming on in mid-October. We have a new couple coming on, a couple of Kiwis joining us from Singapore towards the end of October. Then we have another new channel, Life After Kids, with I think it's Kai Williams, American family that's actually living in Thailand now. So a great story to tell. And like I said, we're booked up through December, but please, if you're interested in coming on the show, send me an email at richardtravel@gmail.com. Happy to have those conversations with you to talk about maybe coming on the show. We have a lot of interesting guests coming on. Chris Parker is joining us in mid-November from Retired Working For You. So excited to welcome him back to the show. This will be his second appearance. So excited to have that happen. And let's go ahead and get into vlogger news. Let's cue the intro.
Hello, this is Mr. Egg from the Pub Pattaya, and this is Vlogger News on the Richard Travel Live Show.
Great vlogger news. Before we get into that, just say hello to Luis Cabo. Always love it when Luis can make the live show. You know, I feel like with this new time, we're getting some new faces coming into the live chat. So please, if you're the first time coming in, please just let me know. I'd love to know who's kind of coming in for the first time. This is a new time. You know, we're doing 7 p.m. here on the West Coast, 10 p.m. on the East Coast, and it's morning time in Thailand, but it's afternoon, or I guess late morning in Australia, about the same time zone, I think. Actually, need to get my time zone straight. So let's get into vlogger news, and let me get to my banners that have the vlogger news. The first one today is Billy Blue, commonly known, I should say, AKA Cheap Charlie. So he had a great video, and it's really just kind of like a recorded video he did live, a little bit of editing involved, but the title was Why I Never Had a Driver's License as a 40-year-old. Now, you may be, wanting to laugh at that title, but I'll tell you, a lot of great information in that video. He had pictures of him as a kid, as a teenager, talking about all of his travels, what he did kind of growing up. And it's just, I felt it'd be very fascinating conversation with Cheap Charlie. So, he's got a couple different channels. Just so you guys know, Cheap Charlie is a big hitter. Back in the day, he had 350,000 subscribers. So, we all get excited when we see someone get over 100,000. And there's a couple of Thai vloggers that have over 200,000. But Cheap Charlie back in the day, 350,000 subscribers, almost 700 videos he had. So back in the day, he was really a who's who of Thai vlogging before it became a popular thing to do. So check that video out because it gives a lot of kind of context into who he is today. So I really enjoyed that one. And Integrity Legal. So Benjamin doing some great controversial videos. And I say controversial, I should really maybe say more interesting videos, because for me, he's becoming a little more opinionated, which is what I love. So I think any of the last 10 videos he's done has been great. I really appreciate his viewpoint on some of these things. And it's just pretty much jaw-dropping stuff that he's going through these days. So I really enjoy watching those videos. I will tell you, my only gripe with Benjamin on his channel is I would love for him to put in the last 20 or 30 videos into a playlist so that maybe we could go in there and say, I just want to play all those videos, in order. I'm sure that he would see more views if there was a playlist with, say, the last 20 or 30 videos where you could just hit play and it would go from video to video, because his videos sometimes are very short, 3 to 4 minutes. There's a couple that are over 10 minutes, but that would be my coaching to him, is just put everything in a playlist so we can click one and see 20 videos just from time to time. That would be great. Luis Cabo saying Cheap Charlie is the best. I know. Great. And let's see. Carl's Thailand. And Rick G is asking, Carl's Thailand, when can we expect your next video? I know everyone's always expecting Carl's Thailand to have a new video, climbing up a hill, drone footage, because he does a great job. So I think we're all kind of waiting for those. Mr. Mitch, thank you for putting all the links up there. He's really good about doing that. Jay Is says Cheap Charlie pioneer for sure. And a funny story I have to tell you about Cheap Charlie is back in the day when he had those 350,000 subscribers on the Cheap Charlie channel, he wouldn't show his face. It's just recently, the last couple of years, he kind of showed his face on camera. I went that route. Sometimes we would text each other, my friends, and say, I think I just saw Cheap Charlie. I think I saw who he was. He was filming but in the reflection of the TV, I could see his reflection. I think I know what he looks like. And we passed around a picture of what we thought was Cheap Charlie. And it was just so funny because back in the day, we were so curious to see what he looked like. And he was very much, protective of his image then. So yeah, some great stories back then with Cheap Charlie. Great channel. I would say check that video out there, which is nice. Let me go back here to the banner. So Integrity Legal, great. And a new channel that I came across, they'll actually be coming on the show in a couple weeks, is a couple of Kiwis. And they have a recent video out where they're kind of cruising around Singapore. I actually wanted to show you just a little bit of their video and maybe kind of get a feel for what their channel is all about. So check this out. We'll be right back in about 10 seconds.
Out in the sunshine.
We're just like, we live here. I love Singapore.
So the reason I like that channel so much is you guys that have been following the live stream for a little while might know that I'm looking to have Singapore be my home base when I get out there to Southeast Asia. So I really want to talk to them about where they settled on, what the apartment costs are, that kind of stuff, and how they like it. So Singapore has definitely been on my checklist of places to check out. Great airport too, by the way. I love I'd like to spend a day just at the airport cruising around. It's like an amusement park, the Changi Airport. So we're going to have them on in a couple weeks talking about that because I just feel like there's a lot of value to having a home base in Singapore if you're still working. It's just about 2 hours away from Thailand via plane, so not very far. And a lot of people call Singapore home. A small little area, but definitely looking forward to kind of talking with them about that. So we have them confirmed to come on in a couple weeks. Excuse me. These drinks. Sometimes you just got to burp, Maybe I should mute myself. Great. So check them out. Mr. Mitch put the link in there for a couple of Kiwis right there. Check them out. They got a great channel, some really fun videos. So really looking forward to having them on. And Toby Price says, Singapore Peng Mak Mak. That's nice. And let's get to the next one here. So we have Baldy Brian in Thailand. Oof. We were talking about Carl's Thailand earlier, looking for a new video from him. If you're jonesing for a video of that nature, you should check out Baldy Brian in Thailand. He's making videos just like Carl's Thailand. Really good stuff. And he actually submitted a dance video to my show back when we were doing the old dance format to be on Vlogger News. So he did a funny video, a dance video, but I thought I would show you just a little clip of one of his videos because Baldy Brian in Thailand is a new YouTube channel just starting out. So again, these are channels where you really want to try to give them a chance, take a look at some of the videos and check them out. So here's Baldy Brian's. We'll come right back.
Okay, so here we are. Welcome back. It's Baldy Brian again.
Yeah, it's just great cinematography there. So Baldy Brian, you do a great job with the filming of these shots, the pans and the edits. Really nice, top quality work. So I would say check that channel out if you want to kind of get lost in Thailand because really some great stuff there. And Luis Cabo says, doing live streams is addictive. Charlie would be good to build up the travel videos. Yeah, I think we're all kind of missing that from him. We're hoping that he gets back to traveling soon, but I don't know if that's going to happen. And Kobus was talking about the Singapore stuff. So Singapore is a great place to set up a home base, very central within Southeast Asia, and you really can get everything there. And that's what I'm hoping. I know a lot of people refer to Singapore as Asia Light, and I definitely see why they say that. There's a lot of comforts from home there. It's easy to kind of get around. So that would be nice to kind of check that out. And then Lost in Australia saying, yes, Changi is great. I know it looks like an amusement park there. I've seen videos of people that have really spent like a full day there. So it almost sounds like you want to kind of fly in there and not get a taxi right away. You want to kind of mill around, check it out. If you're in the right terminal, I think there's a smaller terminal that's not so good. I think the newer terminal is great. So, and then Carl's Thailand says, good to see some coverage of my friend Baldy Brian. So a great YouTube channel. I'm a that channel now, subscriber. I love all of his videos. So please check that out. And I know that earlier we were talking about, maybe seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, right? So I'm starting to learn my Thai language again, kind of getting engrossed with that. I'm also starting to work out a little bit. Well, you know who does some great workout videos? Icy, That's My Style. So she's got a great lockdown home workout video from Bangkok, Thailand. And, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't have a video clip of that one. That's a great video. Martin Scorsese directed. Really, really good. So check this out. Icy, That's My Style. Her home workout. I don't know if I want to work out or go to a nightclub. I mean, that's next level stuff, man. Thank you, Icy, for all you do on those videos. It's very, very good. And she's also got some videos, if you want to work on those midsections, work on the stomach, got that big beer belly like I'm having, you can slim that out with this. Icy's got everything on that channel. She's got great recorded videos taking you through Bangkok, looking at different condo units, taking you through different areas of Bangkok, and then also these workout videos. So we're going to have her on in a couple weeks. We've had her on once before, and then we had her back with See You Around as well. So I would say check out her channel. Some really great videos. And if you're looking to kind of get a workout in, check out those videos. Hey, I'm bought in. I'll be doing those workouts tomorrow. And then just kind of a shout out to one of my new favorite channels is Thailand 365. They do a live stream 24/7. So you can go on there whenever you like. If you're a YouTube creator, you got a YouTube channel or not, you can just go on there and get live and talk to people. I've been on there a couple times, just chit-chatting with everyone. They're very friendly, very welcoming. And I love going into the live chat, just kind of chatting with people, and then also going on the actual show from time to time. So great people there. I would say check it out. Thailand 365. They're live streaming 24/7. And I like that. So that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and button up Vlogger News, and we'll get back with some chit chat and go to the chat here.
Thailand Rob here, and that's all this week in Vlogger News. Please return your seats and tray tables to their upright position. And thank you for flying Recharge Travel.
I was laughing at Go More Hikes comment on Icy's video. Interest level +10. That's so great. And then Louis Capo saying a good home base is Hua Hin. It's quiet, cheap, had a walking street and waterfront, so it's got the nightlife. And that's really why, Louis, I love Jomtien so much. So Jomtien's kind of, you get away from the nightlife, but you're still just a quick motorbike ride to all the fun nightlife stuff. So Jomtien's definitely on my list as well. But yeah, definitely looking at Singapore to sort of, have that be my home base or not. We'll see once we get over there. But looking forward to having a couple Kiwis come on and talk with me about that. So that'll be great. And Tommy J is saying that he may join Louis Cabo down the road in Hua Hin. I know Tommy J is actively looking at a place to retire at in Thailand. I know he's looked at a couple different areas. I know we were both, Tommy J and I were both kind of sold on Lucas's condo, the Grand Avenue, until it got flooded. And then all of a sudden, Tommy and I started talking about maybe we shouldn't go there. So I know Lucas is on to a new place up the hill. But yeah, I know Tommy J and I had a kind of funny conversation about that. Maybe not that place. And I think Greeny Travels, who is now retired like a king, had moved out of there. And now he's in, I think he's in somewhere down the road. That escapes me at the moment. And CJ Paradis says, no walking street in Hua Hin, but similar. I guess it's more of like a relaxed nightlife type feel in Hua Hin. I've never actually spent much time there. So yeah, don't know what to say. Nice. And let's just go through a couple different banners here for you. So next week we're having on Thailand Rob, 20 seconds in Thailand Rob. I'm looking forward to having him on there. He's always a riot. So I feel like maybe I'll do a pre-interview with Rob. I lay down the ground rules because we can go anywhere with him. It gets a little crazy, kind of like what we did with Phil. We went all over the place with Phil, but hopefully he enjoyed the chat with Phil. I felt like I really wanted to talk to him about the heart episode that he went through, and that really seemed like an area of interest for a lot of individuals. So I appreciated talking to him about that, and I appreciated his candor with that kind of stuff. So it was nice talking to him. And we go back here to the live chat, and Jay says right. So Bang Saray, I think that maybe is where he is, guys. Let me know. Time to get going. Says 3 beers. Maybe that means that he's 3 beers in. This is my 3rd drink of the day. Have to see. I want to say like it's not Bang Saray. I feel like it's somewhere else that he was going. And then What's Doing Biz? Say glad I caught the live stream. You're doing great things, Richard. Thank you. What's Doing Biz? So another channel that I profiled a week ago. Great new channel. I loved it because he was born and raised in San Francisco, but has some great stories, motivational stuff to tell. So if you kind of find yourselves in a rut and you want some inspiration, go to his channel. He's real. He's not going to be fake and just tell you like, do this and do that. He's going to tell you like, listen, I had a rough day yesterday and this is what I did to get out of it. So I would say check out What's Doing Biz. Great channel. Mr. Mitch, if you do get a chance to throw the link out there for his channel again, I'd appreciate that. And Lost in Australia says it opens up a lot more viewers from this side of the gold grade. I don't know. Okay. Maybe he's talking about the new time. Maybe the new time's bringing in new people. That's always good. But yeah, that's great. Perfect. Guys, so next week we have 20 Seconds of Thailand Rum coming on. We got booked up through December. Got a lot of great guests coming on. Like I said before, we got Retired Working For You coming on in November. We have a lot of new interesting figures coming on. So I'll see you next week on the Saturday live show. Saturday live show for most people, Friday night for me. And goodbye, everybody.
Tell me about your skydive.
You're welcome. Nice job, guy. Awesome.